with 2 goals from Saka, the star boy. Tottenham losing a 2-goal lead to Southampton, and their coach getting in on them like big time. PSG losing 2-0 to Rennes, and then FA Cup, Man United 3-1.
Gift.
Got lucky. But the biggest result of the week, we all know what it is. Liverpool versus Real Madrid.
Fire off.
I told you fellas, that was a pretty easy game for us. I'm gonna lie. Like, all we had to do was to keep possession. We had to control the tempo of the game. We had Modric in there. We had Cruz, old man, but you know what? We had to just control the game, and then Kamavinga came in with the energy, and he does some things.
Done some things.
There's good potential. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's just a matter of time.
Oof. If they give that boy freedom.
You want him to be free a little bit?
To be free a bit, attacking-wise, we're going to see. And this might be a little controversial or whatever, or predictive, hopeful. He's going to be like Modric if they give him the freedom. If they give him the freedom.
All right. I mean, I'm not that much of a futuristic guy. For me, I either see a player that's going to be participating, being a good component in a team, or somebody that's going to be a great individual. In him right now, I see a good component of the team.
That's true, huh?
So, like I was saying earlier, like I saw his highlights in what's the last team he played for? Leos?
It wasn't Leos. I think it was
a team in France. Yeah. He has a good touch. He has a good turn. He's got speed. Not like speed to run, but he can run with the ball, keep the ball.
Yeah.
And now he's got vision. You see that pass to Benz, splitting 2 lines of defense, and then Benz the touch, Vini. There's this thing of beauty, but Liverpool, I feel like you said what you said, like that. You think if we give more time, they might engage in the game.
They did. Okay, I will say for Madrid reminded me this week how they treat UCL.
It's business.
It's literally like they walk in and they have the scripts written for themselves already, and they know exactly what they're doing. Yeah, and they did that against Liverpool. Even when Liverpool thought, hey, we're still in the game, we can still do something. It just got less and less hopeful as the time went on.
And I think the first goal was really important. If Liverpool score first, who knows what happened.
Yeah.
And then second half when they introduced Elliott and Firmino, I thought maybe something could happen there. But man, the things Vini was doing to Trent, it's not even fair. It's not fair, I gotta say. It was like clockwork. Apparently, Trent was dribbled past 6 times a day, successfully, which is setting some record.
Yeah, he set a record for it. And I was listening to Carragher talk about him, and I don't usually like Carragher talking, but Carragher, I think he's spot on there. He went in on him. He said, if you're a Liverpool team that isn't competing to win the trophy in any league, or you're competing to make it to the Champions League, Trent cannot be your right back.
It is competition.
Because he has to defend, man. And he's exposed so easily.
Yeah, and then City 7-0 Leipzig. The game was done.
Obvious. I don't even want to talk about City more than Haaland and what's to come.
Yeah.
So obviously the week before, people were like, "Oh, can he fit in City? What should he do in case De Bruyne is not there?" And then Gundogan, we saw a lot of positive things happening for him there. Right place, right time. He scored a lot of goals. I think Pep should have given him more time to crack the record. I think it's nonsense to take a player off just because he's too young or safety or whatever. Just let the guy. He helped you get a win, so let him just go full circle, and we're good. And I feel like, so there was also an interview after, right? He talking to Haaland. I didn't know this guy as a person, but now I got a feel of him. As a City fan, I think it's time this year.
For the
UCL?
That's how he was talking. That's he gave me hope.
He did say that this guy's know how to win the Premier League. I'm just here to win the Champions League.
And
I mean, it's life saying it.
Well, I mean, City have done this every single UCL since Pep has been here.
Not this way.
They've done something similar. They destroy teams on their way there, and then they get to the final or the semi-final, and then they choke.
I mean, we'll see. We're gonna do some previews later.
We can talk more about that.
What's this? Arsenal 4-1 against Palace. Saka 2 goals. How are we feeling?
It was good. It was a good game for Arsenal.
Managerless,
Managerless Palace,
yeah.
obviously. That already, like no team going in without a manager does well. Like, so you can already expect that Arsenal's going to take advantage of this. I think Saka showed kind of what we're talking about last week today.
Yeah.
Like, he is that guy. He's not that guy in the sense that he's going to take everyone on and do all these crazy things, but give him a chance, let him sniff. Oh, you're
in
done.
the box. Yeah, it's pretty lethal, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But I thought it was unfortunate that Vieira was
Vieira
sick. Like,
yeah.
after a tough run of games on it.
Yeah, it's unfair, and I've seen people talking about it, and I don't know that there isn't like a real reason behind it, unless Palace already have who they wanted to replace him.
I saw a video with the chairperson, the guy who sacked him. I saw something online. He was like he did good for us, but we're in the bottom half now. We're fighting relegation. We need like something else to get us out of there.
Well,
that's what they thought.
That's so foolish.
But who knows how long they've been like looking at the situation.
And that's why I'm kind of trying to rationalize. Like maybe they've been looking at the situation. They've already talked to potential candidates for the next job, and then that's why, like for instance, Van Gaal at United, they were already talking to Mourinho. That's why they sacked him after the FA Cup final, right? So it's like there's situations like that happen in football. But Vieira, man, look at them last season and the start of this season. They looked like a new team. They weren't Zaha FC. They actually had players on their team now, and they played well. So like after games, a run of games with like teams like City, Arsenal, they were about to play. You think, and then now they have easy games, Nottingham Forest and stuff like that. Well, not easy games, but easier games.
They are easy games. You can say it. It is easy.
No, but they're in relegation battle. The entire bottom half of the table is in relegation battle right now. It's like 5 points separating them. So it's like this manager who has shown that he can compete. Why are you taking him out after obviously playing against the best teams in the league? Keep him there and see how he can do to the end of the season. If you get relegated, you get relegated. That's just the way it goes, you know.
I do agree with that. But I guess, I have nothing to say. Arsenal looked like it was a walk in the park. It did look like they didn't have a manager, Crystal Palace. So, you know what I mean? It is what it is. What about Tottenham, though? blowing a good lead.
Mm-hmm. They're like 3-1 up at one point.
Yep.
And, you know, I feel like I've said this about Conte. For me, he's given up on the team, or his spirit, his like whole aura had been different. Like the stuff he was saying in the press conference, I'm like the stuff you say to like cheer your team on, to like encourage your team on, to get a reaction out of them. Yeah. But this press conference, man, he went in.
It's tough.
He went in on him.
It's tough. I think.
Go ahead. No,
it's tough because I can sympathize with Conte and Mourinho whenever they've done stuff like this.
Sure.
Because when you look at Conte's track record, he is an elite manager. Like he's a winner, straight up winner. So if you're signing Conte as an ownership, you know you're bringing in a winner. You have to come with the mindset of a winner as the ownership.
Yep.
And even his rants, and we've been saying this for years to come, Tottenham don't have the mentality to play at any level. Mourinho said this himself. Conte is saying this. Everyone has said this other than Pochettino that has managed Tottenham, right? So under Levy, I can kind of sympathize with the fact that he already has this mentality, and you guys have been players. You've been on teams where everyone else has a lower mentality than you, and you're like, dude, why am I even trying? Like, what's going on, right? And I feel like he's feeling that, especially from coach's side, where there's 46 plus guys that he has to manage, and all of them have that mentality.
He was kind of going in on the club.
Yeah.
In his statements, like the club has to do something with the players. With the players, I feel like he was even aiming at Richarlison, because Richarlison recently came out, it's like, this man is not playing me, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, I'll play you. I think actually he played Richarlison.
He started and
he got injured.
Yeah.
No, but like players bursting out in media, like that's always gonna mess up the whole form of the team.
Oh yeah.
So like Tottenham, we're forgetting that a lot of the times they finish top 4. Mm-hmm. Or at least, at the very least, it's going to be top 10. You know, they're good contenders. They do decently sometimes in the UCL. Mm-hmm. So I don't think it's them not having it in them. But then going back to the mentality thing, I think there comes a time where you just have to like restart the team, delete what you have, bringing new, fresh people that actually want to play for the team.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you bench Son, he comes in, he scores 4 goals to prove a point for Son. Kane is chasing goals, shooting, right fresh out of, you know what I mean? When he could have made a simple pass, Richarlison, who is complaining about not being played, but the guy scored less than 5 goals, but been played so many times. So it's like, just reshuffle the team, start from scratch. It's about time.
Funds is where.
Or development. Don't they have a development? I feel like they have something.
Tottenham's academy ain't the nicest. Building come from Tottenham.
Exactly. So like
Skip was.
Ryan's. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like if
you
you're product,
restart the whole
it's
team.
like.
I remember a period. Do you remember Japhet Tanganga, the center back?
Promising,
He looked promising for a
What happened
second.
to the kid?
He's on the bench, chilling and eating food and loving his life, his payments. But here's the thing, and obviously I'm just trying to be funny with that, loving his payments. No player loves to be on the bench. But you can tell if you're academy products and everyone's getting hyped for them. But Tanganga, Skip, on their best days, cannot make the first team.
Yeah.
There's something wrong internally. Harry Winks is your
product.
product.
There's something they're not doing right.
Restart.
The only person I've seen that's come out, maybe Dane Scarlett, is this striker, and I think they sent him out to like championship. So that's the only place he can even shine. So they have to restart. I agree with that. I think the problem is recent years. So think about after post Pochettino, Tottenham, they've just been changing managers. Mourinho, Nuno Espirito, now Conte. There's no time for a manager to sit down and go, this is messed up. Let's clear out everything and start over.
Correct.
There's really no time. And if Conte is leaving, the next manager they bring in, Levy has to just shut up and let the manager do anything for the next 5 years. And then bring
There's been people calling for Levy's head.
Yeah.
But I feel like that man is not going anywhere.
Yeah, he
I
got.
don't know. But let's move on, fellas. Chelsea 2, Everton 2. How we feel?
Chelsea, I felt like should have won the game, but at the same time, they're doing better than they've been doing. So I think it's still a transitional period. The Felix boy is making a change in there. I'm not the biggest fan of Pulisic, but that's a story for another day. I think we might need a different 10, but that's a story for another day. But overall, I think they did well, and I saw a fight in them. So it's going to be interesting to see when it comes to Madrid later on. But
I got a question for you with Chelsea. What do y'all think about Koulibaly? His season,
who's this man? Wasn't this guy the second goal?
Second goal,
The guy
saves
runs
goal,
past and bodies him
completely.
Okay, I'll say this. The guy had been introduced later in the second half.
That's true. Energy, fresh energy.
But still, man, it's Koulibaly, bro.
Exactly, man.
You know what I mean?
At some point, I would have thought Koulibaly was top 3 center backs in the world. But this season is
I think that guy caught him off guard. It's not an excuse. You're a defender. You have to be alert. But I think he was thinking he's going to turn or try to cross. But he just went. He turned and went for him right here, right now. So by the time he could react, man was kind of fast. He wasn't even that fast. I think he just
wasn't fast. He just
handled
put his
it.
arm around,
Yeah, but everything happened too fast for the lad.
Yeah, I think with Koulibaly, I think maybe he made his move at the wrong time. Like he made it a little later than he should have.
Yeah.
Because he's had a hard time transitioning into the Premier League. Like even worse when he just came in and he started getting a few round of games now and starting to kind of
get some traction.
Get some traction. But it's tough, bro. It's tough. Sean Dyche is, with his boy, he's gonna get workers in there and get results out of Stanford. You know what I mean?
Yep. We love Daichi.
But let's move on. City 6, Burnley 0. Who's this guy? Company versus Etihad and couldn't get nothing.
Could not. That's just it. That's embarrassing. That's not embarrassing, but Pep, at least have some grace for your student.
I think. Okay, I'm not gonna talk like I'm in the City locker room, but then the boys are carrying momentum right now. I think everyone is at the highest of their confidence right now, and they're probably trying to prove a point in the future in the coming games, like in the tournament that they're in, UCL obviously. Yeah. So to carry, you come from 7-0, you're gonna beat Burnley.
You're gonna kill Burnley
6-0 easily. You know what I mean? That looked like a very easy game. Next.
He's like, we're here to spend time.
Yeah.
United game, that one was in a was a little dramatic.
Yeah, no,
tell us about
until
it.
like the 68th minute or so.
What's with United coming back lately? Like they're becoming a comeback.
I mean, it's been our history. It's in our blood, bro.
Yeah.
Fergie time, baby.
Nah, come on, we know who the real comeback kings are.
Nah, chill.
No, we know.
When you can do it in the last 4 minutes of the Champions League final against Bayern, after everyone
What we
thinks you're
did
done.
against City, we're like Rodrigo. We're losing. Hey, come
Not
on,
the
do you want to
final.
go there?
Not the final. I'm
I know we
sorry.
won the final.
Yeah, you may have won the final. And even your 4-1 against Madrid doesn't even count because you scored Ramos scores and you go into extra time.
Yeah.
We took Bayern in 1999
Come on.
in
You guys are
the
not-
additional time, in the injury
You
time.
guys
We
are
knocked
not
them or
better
killed
comeback
them.
kings than we are, bro. Come on.
Maybe different times.
Let us know in the comments what you think.
Good at comebacks. Man United or Real Madrid.
Let us know. We all know the answer.
Right.
But
We'll see what the public
let's
says.
really
Let's get
into
into
the game.
Yeah, United's game. That honestly, that was one of the games that we didn't deserve it.
Okay.
I can already see conspiracy theories building from this game, and I can already see Fulham fans losing their absolute minds about how Fulham handled the handball. Like, I mean, okay, obviously, handball, red card.
Was it an actual handball for you?
Yeah. I mean, his arm is there, and it's stopping a clear-cut goal-scoring chance, so I can accept that. But then, Willian gets the red card. Why is Mitrovic pushing the ref? Why is Marco Silva, as the manager, mad at the ref for going to check VAR, to go check the monitor? Like,
Lost their heads.
calm it down, right? Like, and obviously we've seen something, and I think this is stupid from refs because there was a game also. I don't remember what league it was this week or 2 weeks ago, where the ref gave 6 yellow cards, basically 3 red cards, in like a space of like 3 minutes. He just started turning to everyone that came up to him.
Trigger happy with
Trigger happy with the red cards, and I think we've made the game too convenient for the refs.
Okay.
Because we're like, oh, let's simplify their job. No, the point of their job is it's meant to be complicated. They're meant to read the trickery of the players. When you make it too easy, refs now feel the need to like, oh, you can't come talk to me and say, hey, ref, why is that this decision, right? Mitrovic, I don't think gets to the point of pushing the ref if the ref just responded to him and said, his hand touched the ball, I'm checking VAR. That's it, right? Obviously, heat of the game, Fulham should have done better, but I'm saying refs shouldn't be given this leeway of like 3 red cards in the space of 2 minutes.
Yeah,
What?
I can agree with you. Like, we already know refs are like, what's the word? Like, in their heads already. They think they're the center of the game.
They
Like,
do.
bro, this is not about you.
Thanks, bro.
You know what I mean? And now protecting him and giving him all this power, it just gets your head, honestly.
It was too easy. All in all, though, we happy.
3-1.
3-1, Bruno. Little tiny preview. There's a chance. Manchester Derby in Wembley for the final in May.
I can see it happen. It's gonna be interesting to watch. There's a lot of factors that are gonna go into that game, so I'm not gonna make any bold statements. But I can see that happening.
We'll wait till then a little bit because things could change.
Yeah,
you know? Yeah.
Okay, we'll see, fellas. Let's keep moving.
Yeah.
PSG 0, rounds 2.
PSG.
Apparently Messi walked out to the pitch like he didn't even like go to the fans.
Do nothing. Took his jersey off. I think he switched it out. Just walked down the tunnel.
It might be time for the lad. I feel like we are negating that because of the World Cup hype, which good for him. Like that's a good success story. If it ended otherwise it would have been questionable. But yeah, it might be time. He's not contributing as much as he should. I think for PSG. I don't think PSG needs him. I think PSG needs also a fresh start. I guess ultimately, like we need players that are gonna play and that are gonna want to play for PSG. The pride, you know what I mean. Have a point to prove. Not people that are there like, oh, you know, I did my thing in Barcelona. I'm just chilling here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
I'm just getting my check.
I'm just getting my
I mean,
dough.
that's the attitude. I feel like Messi came in with kind of the same as Neymar. You know, there's no consequences for the things that
For
they
their
do.
actions,
And Mbappe, it's coming soon.
It's
for
coming
him.
from Mbappe too.
So-
you can see it.
Get the guys out of there.
I can agree with that. You know, I was looking into Fabrizio talking about Messi with his contract situation. Apparently, they've already given him his full offer. And he's not asking for more money, but he's asking for clarity before he even agrees to stay. He's like, I want to know exactly what you plan for me to be doing with this team next season. And so I think until PSG figure out what they want I know they're all telling the world, we want to win the UCL, we want to be this. No, figure out what you actually want and set up a system. It doesn't matter who they sign. Like, they can go and pull back all their academy kids and bring them back, and those academy kids will still not succeed because the team itself doesn't know what the heck they're playing for. Like,
could it be the same thing as Tottenham going back to them?
It could be, yeah.
Like, what are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to win the Premier? Are you trying to just hang around?
Yeah.
You beat giants and then you lose to small teams, and then PSG is being beaten by,
I would say like PSG, everyone has known their ammo. Everyone has known what they want. Like, everyone knows they want to win the Champions League.
We assume.
Like, there's just...
We assume. We don't know.
We assume, exactly.
Because League One is in their bag.
Yeah,
So what else is there to want?
It's the Champions League. You know what I mean? I feel like that, like, getting knocked out of the Champions League for them, it's like, oh, now what? Like, okay, I guess we'll win. We'll go back to farming.
To win.
You know what I mean? But like, I think, like we talked about last week, with PSG, you need more play. You need more role players in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Stop this bringing like 3 stars and then have
Hoping
like
for the best.
yeah. Like,
Like
teams, like managers will kind of figure that out. Like, any smart manager, you just like will do what Bayern did: lock up Messi, lock up Mbappe, if you can. Like,
and then it's done.
yeah, and that's game. You know what I mean?
I think PSG, if they're gonna do the star approach, they should do it the way City does it. Every position has to have somebody instead of.
If that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because City, they are buying people, they're getting known names, but it's like every position has a known name versus like, oh, we're gonna trust 3 guys or 4 guys to do the job for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work.
That's
I
fair.
bet it's frustrating. I'd hate playing for PSG. Like, where, especially against that game against Bayern in Champions League. Like, all the players are just chilling in the back. Try to find the ball to Messi, and Messi will
Find Mbappe or something.
And as the other guy, all you're there to do is literally just run around and defend.
Yeah.
And get I'm like,
Which they don't even do that amazingly. It's not like they are the hardest workers, PSG, anyway.
Exactly. And I saw something online. Someone was giving credit to Ramos for once diag he hit for Mbappe, and it's literally just Mbappe and a bunch of Bayern players. And bro, that's like, yeah, sure, the technique is pretty, the pass looks nice, but that's the most stupid decision, right? And it's almost like you can see them making stupider decisions on the field because it's obvious that none of them trust each other to play, other than the Messi or the Mbappe or the Neymar when he's playing to play. So like, they need to figure. And that's what I mean, I guess, when I say what they want. Because before you even decide what you want to win, you need to decide what your identity is.
as a team.
Yeah. And they don't have that. They have no identity. All we know is Messi, Mbappe, Neymar, and maybe Verratti here and Vitinha here and Ruiz here will do something for them.
Yeah.
But that's it.
It's true.
Yeah, man. I really want to go next, fellas.
Reviews. What do you think is going to happen in UCL?
Hey, there's some good games though.
I want you to make a bold statement.
Bold statements?
What do you
City
think is
versus
gonna-
Bayern. Give me a scoreline and what's happening in that game.
8-2. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Hey, now.
That is a good tie.
That's a good
That
tie.
is a good
That's
tie.
I think 3-0 City.
For real.
You confident like
I'm
that?
confident like that.
3-0
3-0.
the whole.
Oh, like home and away?
Yeah.
I can see like a 3-0 game and then coming back maybe to like a more tighter 2-1, 3-2.
But
You think
City
you'll-
goes through.
Yeah, City's going through.
You think y'all are gonna score 5 goals plus
On Bayern?
about against Bayern?
Well capable.
And they're only gonna score 2 at most against y'all.
It could be 5-4. It could be City are making it through. Let me just put it that way.
That's what you think?
Yeah.
And Haaland has played against Bayern. He hasn't won. He won his friendly. I think they won the friendly, right?
Yeah.
And he's hungry to win against Bayern because against Dortmund he never really had that.
He never
So there's
had
that
that,
storyline too where he's like,
That's
I
true.
want to prove a point.
But you gotta remember, Haaland is coming in with form, but also the 2 center backs. Delight and what's his face, Upamecano. They're both coming in with form. They're both coming in, and it's not like they're 2 center backs like Varane and Martinez, where even though they're really, really good and one of the best in the world right now, they're very like they're not as physical. They have to make themselves aggressive. Delict and Upamecano are naturally
Come
physical.
natural, yeah.
So
We're focusing
it's
on
gonna be tough.
That's an important part of the game, but there's so many threats in either team.
In either team,
You know,
yeah, I agree.
Gundogan could pull a 2-goal, 3-goal. We don't know what De Bruyne is gonna do. I mean, anybody can do something. I feel like it's that kind of game.
That's
so
true.
even if Haaland decides to be quiet, it's not the end of City when Haaland is quiet.
That's true.
So
This is Pep
Full
versus what's the other coach again?
Nagelsmann.
Nagelsmann. So that's another tricky part. So there's that too. Pep going to Bayern,
His old team.
his own team.
Yeah.
You know, there's multiple storylines there. But for me, I gotta say, I think it's gonna be very tight. City wins at home like 2-0,
Mm.
and then Bayern at home 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah,
So you think that's extra time, isn't
that's
it?
extra time. So I feel like for me it's gonna be
Something
decided
like that.
up there.
Fair enough.
That's
what do
fair.
you think? You think
That's
Bayern is
fair.
going through?
I think Bayern is going through
They weren't
because
convincing versus PSG.
they weren't, but Bayern is
Mentality.
like Real, exactly. The way they come to games, man. And I know they play in the Farmers League, but somehow they know how to switch on when it comes to bigger games.
Yeah.
They know they can, and this is why we crack that joke at the beginning of the season every time. Bayern is like 8th at the start of every season, and somehow in April they win it by April. Like they know how to switch on. It's just in their DNA. And then think about the guys off the bench that will come off the bench for them. If they start Mane, Choupo-Moting, and Sane, they're gonna bring on Coman. They're gonna bring on, and I'm not talking
I'm
about
not scared of these
squad.
names. I just
Yeah, I
have to
know.
say this.
But not squad. But you have to realize
They have
something.
depth.
They're not bringing in squad players
Yeah.
that are quality squad players like City would do. City, if they bring on Bernardo Silva, he's a squad player, but he's a quality squad player. Grealish squad player, but quality squad player. They're bringing on players that have the X factor. Coman has the X factor. He's not going to be consistent, but
He's not
one
gonna
moment.
finish.
He's scored in Champions League finals. He's scored in
But-
important games. When he came on against Argentina in the World Cup, he changed the game.
But that's like
he has that.
He has the
Nabri has
of-
that. Mane has that.
I think
Sane
both
has
teams,
that.
literally, they have enough in their arsenal to kill each other. Like,
Yeah.
I
Like
don't
him and
fear
Gay.
Bayern when I have City. I don't fear City if I have
With
Bayern.
Bayern.
But
Mhm.
I'm gonna have to be biased, and based on momentum and what I've been watching, even in the
You think?
UCL alone,
Mhm.
I think City is more convincing so far than Bayern for
Okay.
sure.
Alright.
That's
Chelsea
just-
Madrid.
Aye.
So this one is interesting because Chelsea had like when they switched to Tuchel that one season, they came like it was mid-season from Frank Lampard to Tuchel, and they won the league. They won the
That's
Champions
true.
League, excuse me.
Yeah.
So there's kind of like chatter around that I've been hearing from the Chelsea camp that we can still do this. Even the manager said, "Oh, let's try to win against Everton, and then we're gonna try to win the Champions League." You know what I mean?
So that-
So like, it's possible Chelsea has this kind of runs. Even that year, that one manager.
Roberto Di Matteo.
Yeah, that one manager. Yeah.
2012.
So they have these runs in them, and they beat us at home last season. You know what I mean?
That's true.
But with that being said,
It's Madrid.
Madrid, bro, like we were hungry. I still don't understand how these guys are still hungry to win the Champions League, but somehow we're still hungry to win it.
That's the thing, man.
Yeah.
Elite teams, they do this thing. They always want more. I don't know why. Like you've won this already, you have this already, but they want more.
I feel like it's never enough.
It's never enough, you know.
Does Madrid even see UCL as UCL anymore? I feel like they don't view it as UCL. They see it as another day in the office
At home.
to work. Yeah,
Yeah.
like we're going
It's
to
our
work.
home ground.
Everybody else is like UCL. Madrid is like,
It's another
oh, we
day.
just woke up. Let's see what happens.
Choose-
Intentionally,
I can
of
see that.
course.
I
I'm
can
not saying
see
it's
that.
random,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like to them, it's not the prestigious
It's not
cup
a prestigious
everybody is
anymore.
hungry for.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see
And
that.
I feel like okay, that factors in the mentality. Going in with they're more calm, like
Yeah, you know what I mean? Everybody else is like, it's
Yeah.
our time now, and then they flop or like something happens, and then Madrid is like, okay, we lost last game. Let's, what can we do to improve that? Okay, let's go do it. They execute, they win.
That is.
Okay.
I think that I see. Yeah, I agree with that. Have you seen the 2017? Like before the game, there's been like for a while it was surfacing on social media again when they're in the tunnel preparing. Leading up to that, Juve has been one of the teams that's made it to Champions League finals I think 3 times and lost every time.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going, this is our year. We just lost to Barca 2 years ago. You can see it in their faces. They're eager. They're ready. But Madrid, like everyone is just like calm. Like this is another game. Like they're ready to do their job and the 4-1.
yeah.
So-
You know how it's done. So I think okay for that game, I feel like at what's their stadium? Chelsea's.
Stamford
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 Bridge,
Bridge. We might if we're feeling confident on a given day, we might go in there, get a 3-1, go back home,
In the
2-0. We done the bridge last
That's true.
season.
You did do it in the bridge last season. I don't know why I questioned it. It's like the bridge is some fortress this
No,
season.
it's not, right? And then it doesn't help that they tied this game against Everton because that was going to be momentum too.
Yeah.
So if Chelsea doesn't pick up momentum, they'll have all this athleticism, these young boys, like all these kids they have. But
Pulisic.
still, the experience that we have, I feel like it's going to take us over.
That's true. That's right. I'll vote Madrid would get through. I think it will be a massacre for Chelsea. I think Potter is going to be humbled. All that crap in the press conference, he's going to be humbled quick.
I'm going. Hey, it's hard to go against Madrid, but I don't like them. So we'll see. Napoli, Milan.
Okay, you want a controversial statement? Napoli will win the Champions League this season.
There's a chance.
Lord.
There's a chance.
Oh my
I'll give you
Lord.
that.
Yeah.
I can
Say that again.
There's a big chance. Napoli, hey, look me in the eye, right here, close. Napoli is winning the Champions League this year. The way they're playing, bro. That kid, Krva, I can never say his name. That kid is...
And then
Osimhen, like, beautiful. Even, like, their back line, you got Kim, you got the other guy, I forget his name, I can't say his name. But they built a team of, like, quality workers.
Yeah.
They get their
reminding
job
me
done.
of maybe this is a stretch, but that Inter team with
Mourinho,
Mourinho.
yes.
Yeah, just a bunch of workhorses.
Yeah, that one was like a lot of workhorses with a lot of talent.
With a lot of talent.
Yeah.
But remember, even then, other than the maybe Schneider and the Eto'o that just came, and then Zanetti and a couple guys that had been there and made their name, there was a couple unknowns. Like, to be honest with you, maybe it's because I was young at that time, Diego Milito, who scored a brace in the finals against Bayern. He was balling that season. I didn't know Milito. Like, I knew his older brother who was a Barca. I didn't know him. And he was balling. So it's like, there's going to be those unknown guys like the Crevadino, I'm going to call them, and Osimhen that were like, oh, they're still young. Can they do it? Do they have the quality? But they're hungry, bro.
Yeah. I think that I was scared actually to be tied with Napoli in this
one.
Yeah, I was really scared of that. But they have to be lucky too. The next game after Milan, which Milan will be tricky for them because there's an interleague battle
True. Like it's almost a derby.
Yeah, it's like a derby, so it's still gonna be a tricky game. But if they make it through, they need to be lucky. They need either play like Inter or Benfica.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Because they don't want to play the big boys.
We'll see.
We're gonna have to see about that one, but yeah, we're gonna have to see. This UCL is gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be fire. I'm excited for it.
Let's keep moving. You have a game for us today.
I got a game for us.
do
Hey,
it.
y'all should play along too if you want. I've got here on this sheet of paper 4 quotes that were said in press conference or on newspaper by famous footballers or football managers.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you guys the quote, and then both of you have 30 seconds
guess
at
the name.
most to guess the name. Whoever goes first, so make your sound. What's your sound? You have to make a sound. That's your buzzer. That's your sound. What's your sound?
It's gonna be that, I guess.
Alright, sounds good. Hey, let's go. The first one. Do you want me to do accents for y'all too, just so you can?
No. Let's read it like it is.
Okay, I'll read it as stoically as I possibly can. 3-0. You know what that means? 3 prems for me.
Mourinho.
Oh, that was too easy. That was very easy.
Yeah.
Okay, now the second one. This one's easy too. You should know this one. LA, you're welcome.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Yeah.
LA.
1-1. When he takes LA to
LA.
LA.
Yeah.
Oh, serious? I thought you said some.
accents will get you. See,
That's
that's why I
my
said,
favorite.
do you want me to give you accents too? Change my accents for you. Alright, third one. 1-1 right now. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Oh.
Chiellini.
No.
We got
Is that a famous person? I thought it
It's
was
a
just
famous
a
footballer.
random
famous
footballer.
ex-footballer. I'll give you a hint.
No, wait, no.
Okay, famous ex-footballer became a manager and then said this in a press conference.
He's Italian.
He's Italian.
He's Italian. I know that.
Yo.
Conte.
Nope. You got 5 seconds left.
Pochettino, I don't know.
Nope.
Okay, let's get it here.
One. Oh, okay, I'll give you guys a hint. He played for Milan, for the great Milan team in that 2005 to 2007 period. He played longer.
It's not
I'm just saying
Pirlo.
that. And he
Chiellini?
won the World Cup with Italy in 2006 and took off all his clothes and ran around the field with his
my
briefs.
Oh, I have his face, but let's take the L. We're
Take the
taking
L.
Yeah. Gattuso,
The name definitely wasn't, but like I've seen this many times.
I guess Italian.
Italian, you guessed Italian. Nah,
No.
nobody's giving a
I
point
can
for
have
that.
points.
No way.
0, both of you. 1-1. This is tiebreaker. You ready? This one, I doubt you guys are gonna get. This is the hardest one. Guess who this is in the comments, guys? This one's real hard. A football team is like a beautiful woman. When you don't tell her, she forgets she's beautiful.
Pep Guardiola.
No.
No!
That's a good guess. That's a good guess.
It's a beautiful call. He's
He's
a manager.
He's a manager, and he's from that area. That if you know geography, he's from that area
Stop.
of the world. Go.
Carlo. Don't tell me. It can't be freaking Luis Enrique.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Let me know when y'all are ready for hints. We got about
Give us a
15
hint,
seconds.
yeah.
Okay, hint. I'm not gonna give an easy hint. He is a lot older than you were imagining. He managed during your time during your life, but he's a lot older than you're thinking. You're thinking more recent old managers. Think slightly older. One
Can you
generation
read
back.
what's the code again?
Yo.
The quote one more time.
Yeah.
A football team is like a beautiful woman.
I think I've seen this online.
Yeah.
When you don't tell her, she forgets she is beautiful.
Yo.
God.
It's a good one.
Okay, what teams did he manage?
Teams he managed. I don't know the name of the team in Japan. He managed a team in Japan. Then he came to England. I'm not going to tell you the team in England.
Okay.
And changed stuff in football. And then he retired. And then now he works for FIFA.
Wenger.
Correct.
Yes!
I could not have guessed. There's no way. What does he know about women?
He's French, man. He's French. They're romantic.
Romance actually makes sense. But I had when she said like you couldn't mention the team in England, I had to guess.
I had to know.
But yeah, you guys at home, let us know how you did in the comments in the game. Yeah, it was fun, and we have a winner. But yeah, that's it for this week. Comment, like, and subscribe. There's more content coming. There's like big stuff coming.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout.
Before the game ends, put me in, coach.
Yeet.